Madison North Big Apple Imperial Cider. It has an ABV of 8.2%. That is super high for a cider. It's pretty good. It's a little bit strong, but it helps if you serve it super frosty cold. On the days that I film, I generally just stay in. I don't even leave the apartment. But today, you best believe I went out and early voted here in New York City, of course, for Zohran Mamdani. Okay, so I am back to show you all of the Merit Solo Shadow Sheens. In my most recent video about these shadows, I only featured 2 of the shadows. I featured the shades Iris and Glacé, so if you want to see those applied, you should definitely go check that video out, and I'm gonna link that down below. Merit did finally send me the 2 shades that I didn't have, and y'all, the shade that I cannot put down of the Solo Shadow Sheens is the shade Sartorial. So that's what we're gonna start out with here today, because I actually have this on my lids right now. I am gonna apply some more so you can really see what it looks like built up. These shades literally blend themselves out. For me, they have the perfect amount of pigment for an eyeshadow. So there is the shade Sartorial, and is that not just beautiful? It's microfine pearls that make this look so luxe. And I'm going to dip into Sartorial so I can just kind of build that up a little bit more. And if you're a person who likes a neutral to cool brown, you are going to love this. That's exactly what this is. It does not lean warm, and that's why I think this shade is so special, but it's also not too cool toned, because I can't go too cool toned either. It really is just a Goldilocks shade. I just can't get over that. That is so gorgeous. Okay, next is one of the shades that I just received. This is the shade Palladium, and this is described as a warm silver. And there is the shade Palladium. What? That is gorgeous. So I'm dipping into Palladium. Okay, that is gorgeous. I really want to compare this on my wrist next to the shade Glacé. They're both very subtle shades, but they are a little bit different. So here's the shade Glacé next to Palladium. So Glacé is considered a soft rose, and this is considered a warm silver. Okay, so that right there is the shade Glacé. This right here is Palladium. Glacé, Palladium. Glacé, Palladium. I like that Palladium is a warm silver, because I do feel like, and I guess we'll find out, because I do think there's a shade that is gold in here. It's got a little bit of warmth to it, but not too much. It's kind of Goldilocks in between gold and silver. Okay, the only shade that I'm not going to put on for you guys is Glacé, because I have applied Glacé probably about 1 million times at this point on video, and if you do want to see it, you can check out my most recent video, but I really want to focus on the other shades. Okay, so this is Matchbook, and Matchbook is described as a soft burgundy. Okay, so there is the shade Matchbook right there. I love how all of these shades look together, honestly. Aren't they stunning? So Matchbook, I think, looks like the most pigmented to me, so I'm using a little bit fluffier of a brush. I can't really say that burgundy is a shade that I would gravitate toward, but we'll see. I'm going in with like a very sheer wash. Okay, so just as I had suspected, Matchbook is very pigmented and not my favorite shade for me. I'm gonna go in with some Palladium to kind of try to blend the edges of this out. Okay, this is actually making it a lot better. So I think Matchbook just for me is probably a little bit too pigmented, but obviously like certain skin tones, this is going to look stunning on. Okay, next we have the shade Surrealism, which is gold, and there is the shade Surrealism. Okay, and there we have the shade Surrealism. Absolutely gorgeous gold shade. Probably not a shade that I would choose for myself, but the shade is beautiful. And again, on someone who's not as like cool toned pale as me, this is going to be gorgeous. And then the last shade we're going to apply is Iris, and I have applied this shade. I put it on in my first video about the solo shadows and I loved it. Okay, and there is the shade Iris. Oh my God, she is so beautiful. Yes, 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 yes. So beautiful and flattering, and I really feel like if you have hazel or greenish eyes like I have, it really makes your eyes pop, this shade. I love this shade range because there is absolutely something here for everyone. My personal favorites that worked the best for my eyes are 4 out of the 6 shadows, and that is Sartorial, which is the first shade we started with. I think this is a damn near perfect eyeshadow shade. I think this would seriously be flattering on almost anyone because it really is like a neutral shade. It's not too cool toned, not too warm. It's not really warm at all. In terms of the smokier, more pigmented shades, this one is my favorite. Then we have Iris. I think these shades are both universally flattering, cooler toned shades. These are like run, do not walk shades in my opinion. And then my other 2 favorite shades are going to surprise absolutely no one, and those are the lighter shades. We have my first love, which is of course Glacé, which is a soft rose. And then we have Palladium, which is that warm silver, and here they are right next to each other again. And just to go through all of the shades on my wrist again, here we have Sartorial, Palladium, Glacé. I actually put Iris in 2 places, so these are both Iris. This is Surrealism, and this is Matchbox. Obviously, I know some people are waiting to purchase these on the Sephora sale, which is coming up this week, and it starts on Friday for Rouge members. You can also purchase the shadows through Merit.com, and I'm going to link both Sephora and Merit down below so you can shop accordingly. Okay, guys, that wraps up this video. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, you guys are the best. Please stay safe out there, and cheers till next time.
Ooh.
Yeah.